Hello guys, and welcome to Ride VIP, the Ride Share channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video, it is Saturday, and I thought I'm gonna post a video to tell you guys some stuff. Well, stuff is fresh in my mind about my new job and about some other things. So first of all, I want to ask you guys how you doing. So feel free to answer that in the comments below. So I'm having a good day. I had a short day over here on Saturday. I actually did not need to come in. I came in anyways. Worked for 4 hours. I could have stayed longer, but I worked for 4 hours. So I enjoyed my day. Today I got a chance to basically experience the tire machine. It's a Hunter brand tire machine, and basically I removed tires from a 22-inch rim and installed them. Basically John, our shop foreman, showed me how to use it. We did that, and basically they would have me just by myself, just do my thing. Okay, we need all new tires for this truck, so I want you to get in the lift, remove all the tires and wheels off, and customer had his own tires in the back of his pickup bed. Pickup bed was covered, so I had to basically get his tires out, get it on the lift, remove every single tire, and the wheels had lug nuts and locking lug nut, I guess, to keep somebody from stealing his 22-inch rims on his Dodge Ram. Pretty nice truck. So basically, yeah, like, it was easy. Got on the lift, remove all the wheels, and then got it to the tire machine with all the tires. We put the tires on it, we balanced the tires, and also we then did alignment on this truck. So that was cool. And then there was another car that we're waiting to get. We're waiting to get approval to complete service on, which is a Chrysler 300C, similar model to what I have. And I got that down from the lift, got it outside, and I brought some more tools in. Basically, my toolbox is looking pretty full of tools, and basically my whole mechanics cart, what I had at home, I cleaned it out and brought all the tools to work, and I put it in my big box. So now I gotta go home, and I gotta work on a customer's Mercedes Sprinter van, which is that 2005. I gotta install the fuel injector because it's a leaky fuel injector. So today is the day for it. Hopefully everything goes smoothly and I'm able to resolve his issue that he was not able to resolve for 3 months now, and put that on for him and test drive it and everything. So hopefully that's gonna be good. After that, I need to assemble my Chrysler 300. Gotta install the headlights, bumper, grill, do the fog lights, the rear tail lights. I was gonna do it sooner, could not. Now working full time, including partly on Saturday, not every Saturday, just one Saturday a month. I just chose to come in this time, and probably will do the same thing next week. I figured, why not? They allow us to rank up overtime if possible, so that's cool, you know. Today I felt a little tired because getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm still not able to go to sleep normally, since, as you could tell, this is a rideshare channel, right? And I'm still doing the rideshare technically, just no longer doing it full time. I know we talked many times on this channel about, you know, you guys as well in the comment section, that you should really not make rideshare your full-time job. This should be like a part-time job. So I've been posting these videos with me getting a full-time job, and a lot of you guys are very accepting of that and gave me praise and congratulations for getting this new job. And some of you guys said that you've been obviously watching my videos for a while to know that I have a business mind, and this kind of goes against some of the things that I was saying, and I would totally understand you and agree with you. This would be a little bit confusing why, like why, right? After me enjoying my freedom so much and just loving that, and saying that I would not go back to work for like a 9 to 5 again. Sometimes certain things that we say, right? Sometimes we just don't mean them. You know how like you could say like to somebody, like I hate you. You really don't mean it. Sometimes maybe. I don't really use that, but I'm sure I have said it a few times in my life, right? But certain things we may say like, okay, I'm not doing that again. Like for instance, working for Lyft deactivated my account wrongfully deactivated my account just because a customer complained that I was using Twitter while giving them a ride. Well, first of all, I'm working from my iPhone on Lyft, so this particular phone I don't even use for anything. Like I only use for videos. That's it. Videos and uploading to YouTube, which is a nice phone. It's a Samsung S23, but I just don't use it like that. I'm just so used to my iPhone, and I would not be logging into Twitter on this one, so you could forget about this. But anyways, I'm using my iPhone. How am I supposed to take the customer to their destination if I'm on Twitter? Just doesn't make any sense. And I was not on Twitter, told them, and they wanted proof. I said I had proof because I have cameras pointed at me, dash cam. But you know what? I decided not to provide proof. Not because I didn't have any, because I felt that why should I need proof? I've done 7,500 rides with them. I believe, well, maybe I'm calculating Uber and Lyft at this time, but I think it's 7,500 rides. Like, let me see. Let me look at my iPhone. And just be able to unlock it. Let me see how many rides I did. Like, why am I forgetting this? Because I don't want to lie to you intentionally. So I did 5,282 rides. Yeah, I was taking it together with Uber. So I think at the time I had like 4,700 rides. Platinum, 5-star rating. Never ever heard of any customer complain that's being in my vehicle on Lyft. And like I said, it'll be why is it going to be 5 stars, right? It's a 5-star for a reason. If somebody complains, it's not going to be 5 stars. I mean, it's just as simple as that. But anyways, one customer complains it's a $5 ride, and then they get banned from the platform. It got me thinking. This is probably why I am here today at this type of job, because at the time, Lyft, okay, was my primary app to go to. Not because I love Lyft so much. I mean, I think I love Lyft and Uber the same. Please do not get upset at me, Uber and Lyft. But anyways, I was working primarily on Lyft because they allowed me to use an older vehicle. So this is a 2006 Range Rover, and they allowed me to use it. And Uber did not. So I was staying with Lyft. And then Lyft just bans me permanently. For what, right? So of course, what can I say? I was upset. I didn't cry about it, but the thing is, I wasn't happy about it. Like, who likes to get fired or kicked off? Like, I wanted to be a choice. I'm like, okay, no, you don't fire me, I quit. Like one of those situations. So it's kind of like, well, dang, like they're gonna just ban my account like that. And I was thinking about buying a brand new Tesla. And I know I was saying like I wasn't planning to really use it for rideshare, but I would end up using it for rideshare. So it's not that I'm necessarily trying to lie to you, but I'm just thinking it's kind of dumb to use a brand new car for rideshare. Sure, sometimes we have to, and then you have to really, really cherry pick those rides. But if you're buying it just for rideshare and you don't have no other job, that's a little sad, because you're gonna rake up all those miles, your car's gonna depreciate, and before you know it, you still got a payment to make, but now you got a breakdown, you got a service. Now you don't have the use of your car for months. Maybe if they can't get the parts, maybe they can't fix it, maybe they can't get you in service, maybe you can't afford the service, maybe that's not under warranty, because now you're over 100,000 miles. So at that time I was actually considering buying a used Tesla, or a brand new one. Like I was thinking used Model S or Model X, leaning towards Model X just because it's kind of cool. Or just Model 3 or Model Y. Like Model Y would have definitely been better. You could use it for Lyft Black. And I was kind of thinking newer Model 3 or Y, but Lyft Black would be appropriate for Model Y, which is good. But X, of course, would do the same. And I'm thinking a used Model X has slower charging. At least those older Model S's had slower charging. That was like unlimited charging. So that's not going to be convenient to charge them at charging stations and use them to work for Lyft or Uber, because it's just a slow charge. But with that being said, what I'm really trying to say is, here I was thinking about buying a brand new car, and then Lyft just bans me like that. So I'm thinking, like, what? Okay, I understand. I would get I would get a new or used car with a car payment, and now Lyft would ban me, and I would have only one choice. I would just have only Uber, right? Kind of hate to be limited. I like to be sort of like in control of when I want to work, when I don't want to work. But somebody just saying I can't work no longer kind of sucks. That means you're now hanging just by a thread. Now Uber says you can't work, and now I got a Tesla payment and no job technically. So I'm thinking, I don't need a job, but I should really start thinking about getting one. So what do I like to do? I looked into real estate. I've talked about real estate before. I was in real estate school. But you know what? The longer I was taking those classes, the longer I was noticing that the interest rates keep rising. And I'm like, well, I understand I'm in a good market. Like, I would technically be in Charlotte market for real estate, to be a real estate agent. But man, it's got to get a little bit more challenging now. It would be a little bit more challenging to be a real estate agent now because of the higher interest rates. And I was like, I don't know what to do. It seems like I would like to have sort of like a white-collar job, be clean, drive a nice car, and just be able to do that. But I'm thinking, what if I can't really sell any houses, Maybe that's not a good way to look at it, but if I was single, didn't have any kids, sure, worth taking a risk. But the thing is, being married, having 3 kids, I've been married 17 years. I have a 3-year-old daughter, 9-year-old boy, and 12-year-old boy. You're constantly needing to buy stuff, like constantly. Like, you gotta buy like all kinds of stuff. Like, anybody with kids, you would know. You know what I'm talking about. So I always need money. I gotta have money. Gotta have money coming in. So sure, I enjoy the freedom. I enjoy it. So I was thinking, if not real estate, then what? Every time I try to think about doing something, when it comes down to it, I'm always thinking about cars. I'm thinking, okay, car repair. I enjoy it. Maybe for somebody it's not enjoyable. For me, I don't know. It's enjoyable, even though my back hurts at the end. So it was hurting today. I had to kind of like lay in a tire and try to straighten out my back. So yeah, mechanic job can really beat you down, but I do not notice how the time flies. Like, I've been 4 hours and the time just flew by like that. Like, I did not even notice where did it go. That's how quickly it is. So that means I'm enjoying it, I guess. At least I'm enjoying it right now. So I guess you might be wondering then, well, if you enjoy it so much, why don't you then open up a shop? Because you got to have all those tools to work as a mechanic at a shop. And if you've been keeping up with this like little, I'd say like video series, right, with these like little updates, I was first told, no, you don't need any tools. Don't bring in, like, we got shop tools you could use. Well, what that really meant is we got toolboxes that you could use, which is already awesome. That's lockable. I get 2 big toolboxes now that I don't have to pay money for. That is great. And I'm like, well, what about my mechanic's card? No, you're not going to need it. What about my cert? You're not going to need it. We don't have no room for that stuff. But Turns out every single guy has those toolboxes that they gave them, and some of them brought their own toolbox, Snap-on, or what have you. Usually guys are having Snap-on. And they would also have like mechanics cart. So basically, like most of everybody that I've seen, I don't think I've seen anybody with a different one. Everybody has a US General Mechanics roll cart, like with all the tools, like a 5-drawer. That's what everybody has. So I have 2 of those, one for the house, one I'm going to be assembling it here at work. I also brought I bought 2 US General service carts as well, for myself, one for home, one for work, and then I bought additional 2 for my kids. Gave each one of them one, so they don't feel left out. So now I'm basically getting ready to assemble my service cart, and then I got to get my toolbox into work and assemble that. They said it's fine, I could assemble it, and I could work on my vehicle, which is a huge plus. So what I was gonna say next is the toolboxes that they do give you do not come with tools. There's no tools inside. It's just empty toolboxes. Sometimes they got some stuff in them, or like junk. Could be like some old nuts and bolts, some wiring harnesses, some connectors and whatnot. Stuff that we could use later. But that's kind of like what's in the boxes right now, in the toolboxes. So what I've been doing this first week is taking all of my home tools and just bringing them to work and just organize them, just getting everything set up. That's what I've been doing. So yes, I have all of the tools that I need for the trade, of course. As you know, mechanics never have all the tools. They'll end up just buying more. I talked to my foreman. He says he's got like $80,000 in tools, just about. I mean, who really keeps track of this stuff anymore? The tool truck comes around every week, and they always say you got to spend at least $80 a week in tools. Well, I said, man, like I just spent $400 yesterday, or slightly like over $400, because I bought additional stuff that I did not use at home, but I figured out that it's very useful at work. So I bought them for work, because we have to be a little bit more precise. Like, for instance, I got to get myself a big torque wrench. I had the mid one and a smaller one. Now I got to get myself a big one, because we got to torque every single wheel lug nut, okay? So also I brought in like a lot of like electric impacts. I have like everything, electric drills, electric impacts of any kind, including angled, and all that stuff costs money. So I have like basically enough tools to open up my own shop if I wanted to. And of course, as you're working on cars, you just buy more, okay? But here's the problem. I don't even know. Do I even like this type of work? Like, I mean, sure, as a DIY, I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it right now in the shop setting. But I haven't done it long enough to really know, do I really like this? So I need to first experience just being fully in there. So the dealership that I'm going to be working for, they're going to be winning by hiring me, because I will push myself to become the best that I can be. I will pretend in my head like I'm running a business. Like, and technically, if you flat rate, that's kind of how you have to be. You have to be efficient. You have to be organized. You have to have some of the tools of the trade, like all the impacts and stuff, to just simplify and make your life easier, faster. That way you can be more efficient and knock more jobs out. But right now I am on a hybrid model, so I'm hourly and I'm flat rate. So because I'm kind of like undergoing training, but guess what? Like, they just put me in the shop. Like I'm there. Like I'm doing stuff. But here's the thing: they know I know how to do that stuff. Like, so yeah, they place me in there. But I never sat in a classroom setting yet, to where like I'm in there taking a training. Like, man, I haven't even seen like nobody from HR. Like, I haven't like nothing's like, I don't know how like it's done, but I didn't have to sit down. I didn't have to fill out a bunch of paperwork. I didn't do none of that. Like, what? Did you know I got hired? I just walked in to the dealership and I seeked out the manager that hires mechanics. I just seeked her out. I had my wife with me, I had my daughter with me, and they're like, yeah, there she is. And then I walk in there. Her name is Amanda. Spoke to her, very nice lady. I told her, "Are you hiring mechanics?" They're like, "Yeah, sure. Let's do this." She says, "Are you gonna pass a drug test?" I'm like, "Yeah, flying colors. I don't use any drugs." So yeah, I got hired right off the bat. I didn't even have to fill out an application. I did not bring a resume. I did not need to answer any difficult questions, like, like for instance, like they want to like interview you for a job. Like no, like it was like a meet and greet, I guess. Maybe from the meeting, they're like, yeah, let's give this guy a shot. I mean, he's got a YouTube channel. He's posting videos about car service and stuff that he's like DIY stuff he's got to figure out. Sure, maybe he's not like trained like in a shop setting, but he gets the job done. We could probably train him if he's coachable. I told him, I said, listen, whatever it takes. I said, nothing's below me. I'm willing to do anything. She said, we're gonna start you off as a loop tech. I said, fine. Like I was hoping to become a line tech, but whatever it takes. She said, yeah, you're gonna have to get training first and stuff like that. But my first day, when I came in, she gave me a bay. She's like, okay, here's your bay, here's your toolboxes. You're gonna be next to Chef Foreman, and he's gonna be coaching you. So apparently, she talked to the Chef Foreman, and they're probably like, yeah, let's get him trained. So next to Chef Foreman, I got another neighbor next to me, Jason, really cool guy, and get along. There's a bunch of good people in there, bunch of good people. I haven't met any bad people at all. Like I'm enjoying it, and each work, I'm sure, like each job, they're gonna come with their own politics or their own like rules, their own stuff, their own way of doing stuff, their own culture. Sure, I don't really know what the culture's like here, but based on what I could see, I like it. I fit in. I don't feel left out. I feel included. So I'm really enjoying it. So if I really enjoy like doing this type of work, I may consider opening up my own shop, or I may not, because I kind of like to do stuff as a side hustle. Right now this doesn't seem like work to me for some reason. Maybe in the future I would feel differently. It's just, as a job I like it, but as a business, maybe I would not. Just because you know how to work on cars doesn't mean that you really want to have that kind of business. The business that I would like to have is flipping cars. And what I'm doing right now, one of my viewers is correct, that is not the way to do it. Like I am buying, fixing, and then hoping to flip the car. That's not the way to do it. The way to do it is get the car that needs the least amount of work. Sure, pay a little bit more money for it. Make sure it's a clean title car, and flip it as soon as possible. If the interior is dirty and stuff, clean it up really good, clean up the paint really good, maybe buff out the headlights, but hopefully there's no major work is needed. Hopefully you didn't miss anything. But maybe if it needs a sensor, a couple filters, and an oil change, I mean, that's not major. And maybe some new tires, that's something you could quickly do. Yeah, that would be like flipping cars. I can still do this. Like, I can still buy and flip cars. Like, I could still do that. But currently, I'm in a work state of mind because I was sitting down for so long. Sitting down. Whether I did expedite, I started sitting down back since 2007 and just doing expedite, which means I had a Mercedes Sprinter van and I just drove all over the country delivering freight. So that's a sit-down job. And I enjoyed it too. But when you're sitting down and you're driving all over the country, or you're missing your family, you're just not there. And with that being said, your body takes a big hit because you're eating out all the time. It's always fast food. You can't really properly sit down because I was doing hot shots. It's got to go, 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 go. As soon as you deliver that one, sometimes you got another one right away for you. Maybe you don't even have any sleep. Like, oh, gotta do this one. Boom, 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 boom. But then maybe for the next 4 days you don't have nothing. So it's like, you gotta take it because you might not have any work the next 3-4 days. You might get stuck. That's how it was for me. So I always want to have sort of like something going, kind of like a job. But that was me being self-employed. I was working with the company, but my own van, my own maintenance, my own problems, right? My own insurance. They didn't pay for none of that stuff. So I learned how to do maintenance on my Sprinter vans. But when you have a job for so long that you're sitting down, this is kind of like where I'm going with this. And Uber and Lyft is a sitting down type of job, especially if you put like a lot of hours in. You're just sitting down a lot, right? Again, your body takes a hit. You become fatter. You're just not gonna be healthier, and it's bad. It's bad for you. And also, it screws with your clock, with your internal clock, your day and night cycle. Mine's all screwed out of whack. Excuse my language. I don't even know if I'm cussing or not because English is my second language. But yeah, mine's messed up, to say the least. So I still can't go to sleep properly. And I haven't been working for Lyft, I don't know, about a month now, maybe. I don't know. Time flies. And now I'm thinking, this job can help me in so many ways. First of all, it can teach me to wake up early, because I have to. I gotta be there. Like when you're self-employed, nobody's breathing down your neck. It's great. I mean, I was always pushing myself. You see me do it, guys. I push hard, I hit it hard, I make the money. But by doing so, you do whatever you gotta do, and you gotta work in like proper times, where you make the most optimum amount of money. And by doing that, like, you might miss out on some sleep. You might sleep in a day or morning, maybe like a little bit at night, So I mainly work night shift, like evening and all through the night. So I would sleep like in the morning sometime. Sometimes I don't go to sleep till noon, and then I got to get up back at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, in the day. So that would be like 4 hours of sleep, and then I got to get back out there and start driving again. And I would do that, and that really kind of like messes with you. Sure, I could still work Uber and Lyft anytime I want, but it's not healthy to do it like that, because sleep cycles are very important for your health. I mean, it has a lot to do with a lot of things. We're not going to dive into that because I'm not a health expert, but based on what I've heard, it's very important to actually, for your eyes to be able to see the daylight, and for them not to see in the daylight at night, so you could sleep. So your circadian rhythm, works perfectly. But anyways, now I have to get up at 6. Sometimes I have breakfast. Today I did not. I realized that was a mistake. I felt kind of tired today, immediately, because I did not have any energy. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm not gonna do that mistake again. I gotta have like some breakfast at least. But today I had to like load up some tools in the morning, some stuff kind of like last minute, like I'm thinking, oh, I gotta get that, gotta get this, gotta get that. So I did all that, and I put all the tools in my vehicle. Also, I had a transmission malfunction in my Range Rover. I don't know what the heck happened. I've never had that before, but I think it had something to do with me going incline a little bit, and transmission malfunction, maybe low fluid, but as a mechanic, I'll be able to check that out at work, or after work. They will allow me to do that, so that's a good thing. So I'm not trying to just talk for no reason. There's something else that I feel that I want to let you know before I leave, and that is, that's just cruise control not permitted. It says, okay, but no check engine lights on. But anyways, guys, some of the benefits that I see that I will get from working for this dealership, I already mentioned that getting up early. It's going to teach me to get up early. It's going to teach me to be responsible, if I'm not, just in case I'm not, right? Because I will do a high volume of cars. It will teach me to be faster, better at what I do. I will learn my weaknesses, because right now I don't know. I just tackle everything. I mean, I don't know what I like or not. I just do what has to be done on the cars that I have. And then, of course, I get all the proper training, and most importantly, hands-on training. Of course, hands-on, I've been doing it all my life. But once I do all that, I will be able to be a better version of myself. And at that point, I think I would still enjoy staying at the dealership, because we're going to get this dealership opened up where I live. So this is why I came here. We're getting one that's built in Lancaster. So I know I mentioned this before, but I think maybe a lot of you guys did not hear what I said. But once they build it, I already let them know, even before I got hired. I said, listen, I want to get good, and then once it gets built, I want to work for that one, and that's what I would like to do. And then I would not have to have this long drive. So right now, I will tolerate the long drive. But the thing is, I enjoy driving, so that doesn't bother me. What does bother me, though, I'm fueling up every 3 days for $60. That's what kind of sucks. So, and I haven't even made no money. We get paid like twice a month. So it's just been like 1 week. So I spent $3,500 just this month, and if I include last month, it's over $4,000 now. It really rakes up really fast, like when it comes in tools, for tools. Because I had to buy some additional tools, because I want to have tools at home and I gotta have tools at the shop. So certain stuff now I have to have in both places. So that kind of means that I have to buy more stuff, but it's gonna pay for itself, So basically, additionally, it's very important to take up this opportunity that I have now to be able to get hired. I mean, they could have said no, okay? They could have said no, then I would have went to a different dealership. I would have still got hired somewhere. But I talked to some guys, and they said they came out of Technical Institute, and they still had to become loop techs and had to do like 30 different applications, to different dealerships, and barely got hired and stuff. And I consider myself lucky. I am in the system not as a loop technician, but as a line tech. So basically, I'm very fortunate that somehow I was able to skip that step, and maybe I am right now in that shop setting and everything, but I'm a service technician in the system. There is a loop tech, but I'm a service technician. That's what's on my paperwork. So maybe, and I hope this doesn't happen, maybe they will say, okay, well, now you got the training, you know what to do, now go become a loop tech. But guys, that would be insulting. I don't really care about insults, right? You can't really insult me that much. But I feel like, okay, like now I am a service technician. If they say go and become a loop tech, I will feel like, okay, so I guess they don't think I'm good enough, so they're gonna stick me in there, right? That would feel a little bit insulting to me. So I would have to really make a decision at that point how I really feel about that. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But if it does happen, I'm not gonna be happy about it. To the point where I would probably apply somewhere else. Just quietly. If I get hired somewhere else, I'll just move there. Just because it would just feel like that. I don't know what it is, guys. Am I right about that or am I wrong? Should I just take it like a man and just be degraded or no? But here's the thing, before you make your opinion. I've been working for myself since 2007. I'm very independent. And if I get to become a loop tech, like that, like if I started as a loop tech, that would be different. I would feel like, okay, well, I'm lucky to have a spot at the dealership, and I should be appreciative and just do my my work to really move up, right? It's only fair, right? But when you start as a service technician and now they say, well, now you're going to be a loop tech, doesn't it feel different, guys? What do you think? I mean, am I wrong about this? I understand some guys that went to college and started a loop tech, or maybe they already knew mechanics and started as a loop tech. So I understand, like, a lot of them have to go through that, and like, I'm definitely not complaining about that. I would have like no problem doing that. It's just maybe right now I just got my hopes up that I'm already a line tech, I'm correct with the system. I haven't even worked inside of a loop tech space. I see the guys that do work there, they never even introduced me to none of them. I'm basically just like in a regular service department, like doing my thing. But anyways, if I am a service technician, I will really enjoy that, because that makes me feel like I'm growing. I don't want to feel like I'm not growing. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like sitting there just doing a bunch of oil changes. Like, look, if you want to check out how well I do this for the next 3 months, okay, I mean, it shouldn't take that long, fine. But if I'm gonna sit there 3 months and that's all I'm doing, that means they think I'm not good enough to become a line tech. Well, in that case, I would wait till my training is complete, and I would just open up my own shop if that's what I want to do. I'm not saying that's what I want to do, but I'm saying if that's what I wanted to do, then I would just do that. You know, so, and I technically don't need any training. I just would like to have it, and certainly all the training is online now anyways, so you could get that training. I could get that training on my cars. I mean, it's just, you know, to be able to have a piece of paper, some certificates from a car dealership, I don't know, like, to me, it feels good. Not that I need to really brag about it or anything, but it would feel good that I have it. So if I do decide to open up my own shop, I could say, look, I was a master tech. It says something. It says something about what you did. That means you do know something, you know. So I guess if you become a master tech, then yeah, you need to be compensated for it, because now you're a master. And what's holding you from opening up your own shop if that's your career path? Like, not saying that's what mine is. I'm still thinking about becoming a real estate investor, possibly a builder, a home builder. I have home builder tools because I have to completely renovate my house. So there's just a lot of I don't knows in my mind. Like, I don't know what I really want to do. Like, and knowing that I don't have to do none of those things, I could just do whatever I want and I'll still be fine. Like, it's a good feeling. But I'm thinking, for once in my life, I want to do something professionally. I want to be able to grow. I would like to be able to just better myself, you know, and just work with other guys, just be like a team player, and like just enjoy that. Like, I think the time could not be more better. And another huge advantage of that, like, once I'm trained and once I have all this, like, technically you have job security for something that's a skill, like that's a trade, you know. So if something happens and I need to have a job, I'll always have a job. But I was like so used to not having a job, because I'm able to have my own customers, have to turn customers down, and I'm able to afford the lifestyle that I have now. Certainly I would like to improve the lifestyle. I mean, there's always that. But anyways, guys, I just figured I will say some of these things. So hopefully this kind of answers some of your questions into thinking that, you know, why would I get hired if I said, like, I'm not going to do it? I mean, job security training, just responsibility in general, just time management. I mean, those are kind of like, you know, key features. I would like to specialize in something. Now, if I do feel like this is really breaking my body, right, I may decide differently, because I don't want to do something for money. I like to do stuff that I enjoy doing. I mean, we all have to work for money, right? But I don't like to think of it as such. I don't just get a job to make money. You got to find a job that you're going to enjoy doing. Sometimes if you enjoyed your hobby and now you made it into a job or a business, it's no longer enjoyable. Totally understand that. at this point I still enjoy working on cars. It's kind of like been my hobby. Like I've been working on so many cars and I haven't been getting paid for it. I just do it, including I assisted my brother in his shop with some of his Porsches, a Rolls Royce, and some of the other cars that he had in his shop. And I enjoyed it. He wanted to pay me, and I said, no, I mean, you're my brother. I'm just giving you a hand, I just enjoy just being with my brother, just, working on some cars. I mean, sometimes that's just kind of like enjoyable, So now I want to see, like, do I really want to take that career path? Like, I'm testing myself. I got nothing to lose. If I don't like it, I could just leave. Like, and this is why I don't want to get a Tesla payment. Some of you guys said, well, now you can't get that Tesla payment. Now it's going to make sense to go to work because probably the fuel is going to cost me that much. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to address. I'll just go ahead and address it in this video. I may say it like again. I need to calculate my fuel, like what I'm using. But guys, I already filled up twice this week. I mean, sure, right now my fuel tank is almost full, right? But fuel this week has cost me at least $80, at least. And I literally paid more than that, but because I have fuel in here still, I'm just gonna only speak to for what fuel I've used, okay? And actually I filled up 3 times this week, 3 times. Yeah, so fuel went kind of quickly and I haven't even made any money. So yeah, like if I had a Tesla, like a used Tesla with a payment somewhere around like, I don't know, $400 or $500 if that's possible, then yeah, like this fuel would be the cost of having a Tesla. But here's the thing. First of all, like I said, I don't even know like if I really want to do this as a career yet. I'm testing myself. They're testing me. I'm sure they're giving me 90 days to try to, if they don't like me, they could just kick me out. Because I haven't even signed any paperwork yet. So I don't know if they're just getting around to it or what, but maybe they're thinking like, do we even want to hire this guy? We don't know. Like, let's have him work. We'll give him a paycheck, but technically we don't owe him nothing if we fire him. Maybe we don't like him. Who knows? Anything could happen. But in that case, I will still be happy. I mean, I'm not going to be happy being fired because that means they thought I sucked at something, right? But either way, I don't lose anything. But if anything, I have some proof that I worked at a dealership for a future dealership. And I'm sure once I got into one, even though, let's say it didn't work out, they were going to say, okay, well, we'll give them a chance. We'll train them maybe a little differently, a little bit better. As long as it's not something nasty, It takes time to learn, even if you like brand new. But anyways, what I was going to say is about the Tesla. I don't feel like getting that Tesla payment because it will feel like now I have to have a job to pay the Tesla payment. Right now I don't have any car payments, and I could drive whatever the heck I want. I'm enjoying to drive like older cars. There's cheaper taxes on them, cheaper repairs. And when this dealership opens up in Lancaster, I will only need to drive there 11 miles. Right now I'm driving 40 miles to the car dealership. So that's a big difference. It's going to be four times the cost. Well, 4 times the distance. And I guess the cost for me to drive to Charlotte and then back. So that'll be like 8 times. And I'll just have to like pay it, like just go like 11 miles one way, 11 miles home. That's it. That's nothing. I could live with that, And I also think that it would be completely fine. Like if I just continue having that job just in Lancaster, like I would be completely fine with it because I would get up in the morning. I'll be able to still do whatever I want after work, like 5 o'clock, like I'll go home, and I would be able to still hang out with my family, still watch Netflix with my wife, or we could go somewhere, and we could definitely go somewhere on the weekends because Saturday I only work 1 time a month, and it's usually a half day. Maybe if they want to make it a full day, fine, I don't care. But I heard it's just till noon, and Sunday's off, so that's fine. Like it's kind of like I have bank hours, so it means I still get the weekend. So I don't see any loss. And if I get like 401k, definitely taking that. I'm gonna try to just max it out. That way I will work hard, make less money, by just putting it all into a 401k, you know. But anyways, they did order my uniforms. They asked me for my size today. I've been wearing mine. Oh yeah, and I wanted to tell you guys, I'm wearing 2 uniforms right now. So there's a uniform underneath my blue and gray one, and I'm wearing my orange and blue one. You might be wondering why the color difference. Well, this orange and blue one, I got it is a different color because it's large, and the other one, gray and blue, is medium, because medium fits me and large fits me. But I'm wearing this large one over the medium one because I don't want to get my car dirty. I haven't worked in this orange one. This orange one is like brand new out of the pack. So my other one now, it's a little dirty because I've been just going on the concrete and stuff, like laying down, putting the lift arms underneath. You still got to lay down for that. So yeah, so my clothes is a little dirty, and I don't want to get my Range Rover seats dirty or my other car, because I like my cars to be clean. So I wanted to kind of mention that, like, maybe that's a good idea for somebody. So this is actually like a full jumpsuit, guys. Both of them, they're jumpsuits. So it means I don't gotta wear like no belt, nothing sketching. My shirt isn't lifting up, or my stomach would be showing, like, let's say like I'm underneath a car, like working or something, like bent over. Like, none of that's gonna happen. So like sometimes you'll see like mechanics working in movies, the bar crack is showing, you know, they're like wrenching something, you know. I don't want to do that, you know. So, but anyways, guys, I'm sure you can now understand what I'm doing and kind of like what's going on. So with that being said, I'm gonna go spend some more money at Harbor Tool and Freight, and gonna buy myself a big a big torque wrench and a couple other little things, and go home and show my wife a receipt, and we'll probably be out here shopping with her. I'm gonna get some kids' diapers and whatnot for my baby. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Take care of yourself, and hopefully you guys stay healthy and stay safe. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. Let me know if you still want me to share this type of stuff here. I do have a different channel, which is going to be like for the mechanic stuff, but that particular channel I want to focus more like just working on different cars. Like this one's more like focused on talking, just sharing different information, because I feel like a lot of us are here because we either do side hustles, or maybe like this is an extra income, and maybe you would like to find out like what else is out there, you know. But anyways, if there's anything you want me to share with you guys that I haven't, please let me know. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.